The views and opinions heard on You Talking Good are not necessarily the principles or practices of Pastor Galen Leverett and the Greater House of Prayer Church.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello,
good afternoon,
hello.
Good morning. Whatever the time zone is, wherever you are,
Yes.
It's your girl, Evangelist Deborah Leverett, and we're here with my incredible co-host, Minister Cheryl Fowler.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
We are here with another episode of
You Talking Good.
Yes. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
all of the love, for all of the support.
All
Thank
the
you for
comments,
liking and
sharing, and subscribing.
We're so grateful to all of our followers all over the country. We're so grateful to you. Thank you for your wonderful comments.
Yes.
If we haven't gotten to all of your comments yet, we are. We're going to reply to all of your comments.
Absolutely.
And so we just want to let you know that we do not take you for granted.
Not at all.
And so we realize that you're busy, you have a lot going on, and that's why we're super grateful that you take the time to tune into the podcast, to share
Absolutely.
it, and to also type in your comments.
Yes.
We're very, very grateful. You know where we are.
Absolutely.
iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, where everywhere podcasts can be found.
Absolutely.
So again, thank you so much. And so today, we are going to do a continuation, if you will, part 2 of
Dating. And guess what? The title is called The Struggle is Real.
The Struggle is Real.
It is
And
real.
we're doing this because so many people were interested in our episode of Dating on a Budget. So now, if you missed it, you can go back on YouTube. You can go back even, on your podcast, and you can view, you can listen to all of these podcasts in case you missed it. And because we do want you to catch up, I can't believe that we're halfway through the calendar year.
I just can't believe it either.
Yeah, we're
Man.
celebrating, 6 months. We're going to have the live podcast, and
Absolutely.
we'd love to have you as part of the studio audience. So we will definitely keep you abreast, keep you aware
Absolutely.
of when the podcast is coming to your city.
Yes.
But tonight, we do have a very special guest. Now, he's not a celebrity or anything like that. Don't go, wah, wah, wah. No, we're going to talk about dating in the 21st century from the male perspective.
Yes.
And then we're going to get your perspective as we go into the live studio audience portion. And we're going to hear from people all around the country about every aspect of dating here in the 21st century.
Yes.
So what's your name, sir? Give us your name.
Deacon Sedrick Green.
So this is Deacon Sedrick Green.
Absolutely.
So for those of you ladies who are looking for someone who is a believer in God, for
Yes.
someone who is connected to their church,
Yes.
hardworking.
Yes.
So talk to us about dating in the 21st century. Is it difficult?
Yes, it is difficult, very difficult.
So what makes it hard?
Yeah.
What's hard about it is when you're used to doing things one way years ago, and the way things are now, it's a task. You have to really deal with people that you don't know, and then you have to gather up information on these people.
Absolutely.
And I'm kind of leery of that because I don't like giving out too much information all at one time.
Absolutely.
Just to get to know somebody,
Absolutely.
So
Understood.
that's what kind of makes it trying right there.
Okay. All right. Well, tell us, what are you looking for in a companion? Are you looking to get remarried? Because I know, so we're not trying to go to date. We don't want to go to date. How many times have you been married?
2 times.
Ooh, I didn't know you've been married twice. Okay, lady, don't let that scare you.
No, don't let it
let
scare
that throw
you.
you out. That means he's experienced in relationships. Just
Absolutely.
put it in that category.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you've been married twice. How old were you the first time you got married?
Ooh, I was in my 20s.
Okay, so that may not count.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because you were young.
Right.
You didn't know what you were doing.
No.
Okay, so that may not count. And we're not going to ask you how long the previous marriages last, because that's going to really throw everybody off. We're not going to
Thank
go
you.
there.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So, but are you looking to get remarried, or you think you just want to date?
I want to remarry.
Okay.
Do you? Okay.
All
Yes,
right,
I
that
do.
sounds good. All right, so now, what are you looking for?
Yeah, we're curious.
I'm looking for a woman that's she has to be a character, so to speak. She has to be a people's person.
Okay.
And she has a sense of humor because I'm a kidder. I talk and kid around a lot.
Okay.
And I would like for her to be the same way.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you want somebody to laugh at your jokes and crack a few jokes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay. What else are you looking for?
Just basically a companion, someone that we can do things together.
Okay.
Share our, experiences in the church and church affairs, because I'm really into that. And
Amen.
I like to, have someone that's share that same, feeling with me.
Okay. So when you say do things together, what do you like to do?
I play in the band in the church, and I often we go out visiting other churches. I don't actually do too much of playing in the band, but I really enjoy it, and I just like to be in that scene.
So you like music?
I love music. Yes.
Okay. So do you like to go out dancing or?
Occasionally, yes. I like going out dancing.
A little step in here and
do
there.
a little step every once in a while.
You can cut a little rug.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to kick a little bit.
Girl, you got to be a dancer, sis. Okay.
You got to get with it.
Okay.
Can't be a bump on the lawn.
What else? What else?
And I like little cozy dinners.
Okay, cozy.
Yeah, go to a real nice restaurant and.
Are you romantic?
I'm very romantic.
Okay. Oh.
I'm what you call one of those cuddly type people. I like affection.
Okay.
A real affectionate woman.
All right.
Y'all writing
You
this
better
down.
take notes. Take notes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Because I see you got your V103 voice on.
Yeah. That smooth
Really,
voice
I'm hoarse.
on us.
You voice, all
He
right.
got that smooth
That
voice
smooth
on
jazz
us.
voice.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so do you like to talk on the phone a lot? Because in the 21st century, haven't you noticed
Yes.
this, Minister Fowler, that people are really kind of phone addicted?
They are phone addicted. They will text and text and text you to death. Whether you all are out on a date, at
true.
home, that kind. It's like, what happened to the personal being
one-on-one.
One-on-one, yes.
I love that. I'm a talker, but I'm not a real big texter.
Okay.
So I really like to get personal.
Okay.
And I will talk on the phone because sometimes I have talked maybe an hour or so,
Oh, wow.
depending on how the conversation is going.
Okay, girl, you got to be a conversationalist. Sis.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but he don't
Yes.
like a lot of texting.
No, he
Okay.
just said that up front. So he's saying these things up front.
And so would you say that because of technology, that's one of the biggest differences in dating in the past and dating now?
I would say so, yes. Because, people, when they get a trend, they stick to it and they don't want to turn it loose.
True.
And some people, such as myself, I'm kind of slow moving forward, but I don't like to be placed in a situation with technology to where it gets a little bit ahead of me.
Gotcha.
So you're not held captive.
Right, I don't want to be held captive.
Gotcha.
With it.
Because I was going to ask you about Instagram, because Instagram, TikTok, that's where you meet a lot of people nowadays, and so it sounds like you not too much into that. You kind of
No, not really. I'm very leery of that. Because I like to catch a person off guard. I don't like to be, in a controlled area
Absolutely.
with TikTok and people got a script or something,
Gotcha.
And I like to just come straight out and be just very to the point.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And you like spontaneity rather
Yes,
than
absolutely.
Right. I don't.
Okay.
Like
All
that.
right,
Huh?
ladies.
So he's
Script talking all the time. We got to come from here.
absolutely. Oh.
Right.
You want some
He
internet?
wants
I
some
want some
intellect.
intellect.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm learning a lot. Now, I've known you for many, many years. We're going to talk about how many years. I'm like, I ain't know none of this.
Well, yeah, I kind of low-key laid back a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
As years progressed with me, I kind of laid back a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay, so what other activities do you like?
I love going to, occasional basketball games.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I love boxing because I used to do martial arts.
Oh, okay.
But, nowadays, I don't really like getting out too much because of my time. But I'll occasionally sit at home and find some sort of sports that I enjoy.
Okay, so
At
now,
home.
does she need to be a working person, or you want her to be more at home? What are you looking for?
Yeah, absolutely.
A little both. If she has a a job or used to going places or doing things, and she just don't want to be a sit-down home wife.
Okay.
That's okay, but I would rather for her to be at home.
Oh.
So that means, and I'm not trying to get in your pockets, Minister Fowler.
Woo, honey.
That means that if she's not really working like full time and overtime and all that, that you're willing to pay all the bills.
Sure.
Well, girl, you done struck it rich.
Sure.
Woo, child. Shut the front door and call me Corn Pone, honey. Woo-hoo-hoo. Deacon Green done set me all the way back. Cause I said my wallet was closed.
Yanked up the armor.
And I believed in EOD.
Well, I mean, we have to be
Opportunity.
conservative. I'm just not a splurger, but I would rather I pay the bill here or there. And if it's something she wants to do, hey, let her do it.
Okay, girl.
Now we getting to the meat and the potatoes.
But it's interesting to see the contrast
Sure.
between the two of you. And so when we did the statistics, there are well over 13 million people in the United States who are single. And so, you're definitely like EOD, equal opportunity dating.
Absolutely.
Bring something to the table.
Absolutely.
I want to see you,
Absolutely.
putting some responsibilities
Yes.
out there, especially financially.
Absolutely.
And he's like really old school.
There you go. I'm
Very
old
old
school.
school. Like, I'm going to be the man. I'm going to take care of you. We're not going to be over the top.
Exactly.
But I got you.
I employed that, and that's why I'm broke today. Real talk. I have employed those very tactics. Broke, honey. Abraham Lincoln is screaming because I done yanked the beard off his pennies.
But there's a difference.
Sure.
People are out here looking for different things.
Absolutely.
And I think that there are some women out here who they employ the independents.
Absolutely.
They're okay with that because they are professional women. They're out here and they're looking for somebody to money match, somebody to match them. Now, here's where the two of you are similar. You both like that intellectual stimulation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
You both like conversation.
Yes.
You both like music.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? So
Yes.
why am I bringing this up? Because if you're listening to this podcast, if you're viewing this podcast, you have to know that I don't care who you are, what you are, there are just some commonalities among people.
Absolutely.
People want
I
to
agree.
enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
And they want to
Absolutely.
enjoy their companion. So good conversation,
Yes.
good music,
Yes.
having a good time,
Yes.
laughing.
Yes.
And I think when we say it's hard, no, I think what makes it hard for the two of you is you're looking for people with real integrity.
Yes.
Yes. And that integrity has gone right out the door.
You see, you're not looking for liars and fakers.
No,
and
no,
scam-
not
somebody
fake
that's trying
Be,
to
Jakers,
be yourself.
scammers.
I mean, if you're a good person that you like kidding around or you just testing people out, that's fine. I can deal with that. I'm not going to be sitting around and want to all the time trying to have a highly intellectual conversation with you. We can just sit down and just talk about what's going on in the neighborhood or in the house or something like that. As long as we just conversing with one another.
Absolutely.
Pretty much on a daily basis.
daily basis,
Because that's
absolutely.
how we really get to know somebody.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this, because I think this is a biggie for people. How do you deal with adult children that people may be bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying? Because I think, once you kind of get to be like in our age range, there are some adult children or grandchildren somewhere, in the picture.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
how do you deal with that? Because oftentimes, these family members, they feel like they can have some say-so.
Right.
And whether or not you're Mr. Right or Miss Right. I mean, how do you
Exactly.
all deal with that?
Well, I used to feel like if I start dating or be with a woman, I really don't want to be with a woman that have adult children.
Oh, wow.
I dealt with that before. Excuse me, and it didn't work out too well with me, and we had a little bad, misunderstandings
Okay.
with one another. But I mean, the way things are now, the average woman have kids, you know, and you just have to kind of like deal with them. I like to get to know them, for them to get to know me, and we do things together. But whatever, we just try to make it work. But I don't, right now, I'm starting to change a little bit.
Okay.
You know, deal with a woman that have adult kids. It's okay.
But ultimately, it needs to be her decision.
That is true. Now,
Do you agree? Like,
Yes, I agree with that
Now,
as well.
for me, because I have dated women with adult children, as long as the children were grown and gone and not leaning and depending on mother,
Exactly.
I was okay with that. And I
Good
have
point.
been okay
Good point.
with that.
Good point.
But the moment that the children fall on hard times and all of this, now they got to come on back. But see, mama ain't got the money, so she digging and reaching and sweet talking me so I can come out of my wallet.
no,
That ain't.
you're losing me.
You lost me. Real talk.
You know what? I have to agree.
That's
you
real
know,
talk.
If they're grown, they're out on their own, doing their thing.
Absolutely.
And they want to come and spend a weekend, maybe a week.
He said a weekend or a week.
But
You got
this
7
is
days.
a cutoff time.
You got 7
You got it's time to go.
Exactly.
I love you, but you gotta go.
Exactly. Because guess what? How are you grown
Seriously.
and independent, but you crying on
Constantly.
your mama's phone, you crying in her soup and all of this because you out of money, you ain't responsible, you're not being accountable because your mother has, and mothers are guilty of this in many ways.
I agree.
Oh my God, that's my baby. And I am going to take care of him. Hold on a minute.
The producer gonna put an arrow over my head. Like, that's her.
A minute. The person is an adult. If the Lord close your eyes and you lying in repose,
They gonna make it.
what they
don't
gonna
have
the
to
people
make
gonna
it.
do?
I promise you they gonna make
Exactly.
it. They
They
gonna
have
make
to.
it.
So why can't we make them make it while you still breathing and can smell the flowers?
So you
That's
don't
true.
have to pay their light bill.
Oh, no, ma'am. My wallet is closed because I'm going to tell you what I said in other episodes. If one job ain't enough, get you 2, 3, 24, 25. Get whatever you need. Don't ask me for a dime because I got to get up out of my bed
That's true. I
to
agree.
go and earn my living. I don't care if the dog, the cat, the mouse, the rat, the roaches, the skunks, the squirrel, everybody getting up when I get up.
round up.
It's real talk for real people with real problems in today's real world
She said the
at
real
this
Jake
real
one, not the
time.
fake one.
Real time. Period.
But the reason we're talking about this, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because these are very serious topics.
Very serious.
But the reason we're talking about this is because you can meet somebody that you like.
Absolutely.
And that you feel like you possibly
Absolutely.
have a future with.
Absolutely.
Now here come their parenting values
Right.
are conflicting with the relationship.
Absolutely.
And it's so important that if you got to decide which one you're going to put first. These adult children, as you said, who are crying, broke, and or this relationship, you know, and I'm not saying that you have to choose,
No.
but I'm saying it's important to be respectful.
That's
Exactly.
it.
To be respectful of the relationship. And here's the word for the week:
The word
boundaries.
boundaries.
You got to have some limits and some boundaries.
Right.
You have to set some boundaries with your relationship with your significant other
Yes.
and the relationship with your adult children.
Absolutely.
If they're 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, you know, I get it because they're still
Absolutely.
children.
They're
They have to be
children.
taken care of.
Absolutely.
But adults, as you said, who are out, you know, are we moving back in? As you said, are you
Right.
coming with the 7-day limit?
Yeah, that's the limit.
That's the limit. I mean,
Okay, I understand what you're going through, but you got to make it on your own.
guess what? And get on your knees and say your prayers God will see you through.
Yes,
He
he
will
will.
take care of you.
Now they gonna start ministering to the adult children.
Someone said, God will take care of you.
Listen, Fowler gonna start singing
God
and preaching to them. That's gonna really make them go home.
Of you. Real talk.
That's gonna really make them want to leave.
Don't matter.
They gonna get that stuff and go.
If it works for you, do
It's
it.
gonna work for everybody else.
It's gonna work.
What you mean?
She gonna run up out of there.
Real either they're gonna go or guess what?
Uh-oh.
They don't have to.
Uh-oh.
I can excuse myself.
She said she
I
gonna-
don't have any children by design and on purpose. And
She said on purpose.
with it. I love
God.
children.
She said she ain't got that on purpose.
I don't.
Why? Cause they expensive.
Not just expensive. After I saw what my parents went through, I didn't want to.
You were like, oh, I'm not gonna make
cool.
some more of myself.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Real talk.
That's real talk.
Real talk.
For real people in this real world.
And that's how I felt.
I did
was like,
not.
I was like, God, the last thing I need is some kids. I can't hardly raise myself.
Because guess what? I shouldn't have to run the man down for child support.
Oh my God.
Nah, that's
You're
not
losing me.
working for me. So why would I put myself
In that position. So let me ask you this. Do you ever see yourself adopting? Because that's a popular thing now.
I have thought about that. The thing that has come to me is that, man, maybe I should have had a child.
Wow.
Had I, just one, now my son or daughter would be
Gotcha.
grown. But on the other hand, I was like, my mama said, nope, she ain't babysitting. She don't want to be no grandma early. No. So that X'd it for me.
I think you make a great parent. Real talk.
I appreciate that. And I always believe that people who have children doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best parent versus
That's
someone
true.
who doesn't
That's true.
have children.
That's true. And I think you've had enough life experience.
absolutely.
Where you can really pour in.
Absolutely.
People.
Absolutely.
But I also want to say that sometimes you can be a great parent and you don't have to necessarily have biological children.
Absolutely.
You know, you can fill in the void for what other people are missing. They didn't get originally from their biological
And guess what?
parents.
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe
I'm
it because
doing
it's
that
just
right
very
now. Absolutely.
So because that's just who you are. That's who you are, and so I'm grateful for that. Do you allow your adult children and grandchildren to have input on who you date?
No, I would let them know that I am dating someone.
Absolutely.
You know, but as far as getting feedback from, I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
you know.
oh, boop. He said he don't want to hear.
No, because they have their life. Most of my kids, they're
Wow.
married and out on their own, and they doing their things.
Absolutely.
Daddy gonna do his thing.
All right, Daddy.
See? So I agree with that wholly and totally. I do, because again, I'm not butting in your relationship, telling you who
I hear
you
That's
can
right.
date and who you can see. You don't get the opportunity to tell me who I can see, who I can date, any of that. This just, it's really not any of your business. I may share with you,
Right.
hey,
Exactly.
yes, I'm seeing so-and-so. However, I could care less.
But we're talking about this because it can definitely damage a
Yes.
potential relationship.
That it could.
And I do think that adult children know that. They know that for a fact.
And especially if they don't want you
And
with
you said it
that
yourself,
person.
boundaries. You have to
You
set
gotta
these
set boundaries.
And they have to know the boundaries within themselves to
Absolutely.
say, well, I'm not going to ask dad or I'm not going to ask my
Absolutely.
stepmom about what they about to do. And
Absolutely.
No, stay in your area.
That's it. Stay in
That's
your
it.
lane. Stay in your lane.
But
My father's deceased, but his wife, I call her my other mother. I will never call her my stepmother. I say, hey, you're my other mother. She asked me, because my father's been dead now 6 years.
wow.
And she said, Cheryl, how do you feel about me dating someone?
Wow.
And the words out of my mouth were this. Mom, you are an adult. Whomever you want to see is strictly your choice. You're not cheating on my father. You took the vow of till death do us part. Period. It has nothing to do with me. It's
You made those vows.
You
That's
made
right.
those vows. Again, I want you to be happy. If you want to get married again, fine. If you want to date, you are free to do that. I say, I appreciate you asking, but I don't feel at all that you owe me that.
I think that's great. And I
That
want to
is.
say to all of our
That's great.
viewers, our followers, our listeners,
Absolutely.
you should want to see your adult parents be happy.
Absolutely.
You should want to see them in a relationship where they're not sitting at home alone with 21
Absolutely.
cats. And,
Oh, my goodness. Or 21 dogs.
Really watching every old episode of I Love
One Life
Lucy.
to Live.
Exactly. You should want to see them really enjoying life
Absolutely.
and having a companion because you out there, you outside, it's summertime, you out. But again, I do understand the manipulation of, oh, they gonna take my money, my house, my mother. No, you're grown up now, so
Yeah, you are.
we're gonna let grown people be grown. But look, we want to know. Put it in the comments.
Please
what
put
do
it
you
in the
think?
comments.
What do you think? What are you looking for? For those of you who are single,
Yep,
what are you looking for? And what are some of the struggles that you're facing while you're out here dating in the 21st century?
Absolutely.
So thank you, Deacon Green, for sharing a
Thank
little
you all
bit
for having me.
yourself.
I enjoyed
We
it.
really
Thank you.
enjoyed your being
Thank
here.
you so much.
Absolutely.
So again, everybody, get ready for the live
absolutely.
podcast because it's coming to a city near you.
Absolutely.
Thank
And-
you so much.